All right, y'all. Welcome to the STEAM building. We're on the third floor of the B building, also known as the STEAM building. It's known as the STEAM building because it will have our STEM classes, meaning our science and our math, and it will also have our art and college course as well in here. So I'm going to be showing everybody this space on this guided tour. At any point in this guided tour, I encourage you to pause and to use your map to write down the names of the spaces as you go, so that way you have your own map and your own visual. And also I'll encourage you to pause to take notes for where things will be, such as the teacher lounge, the microwave, I was going to say the oven, but we're not going to have an oven, the microwave and the fridge, the copy machine, stuff like that. All right, so because it is self-guided, you can pause at any time to go ahead and catch your breath or to write things down. Cool. So as I mentioned, we are on the third floor of Building B, STEAM building. And as you will, this is the math floor. And for now, each of these spaces is going to be dedicated to an instructor or a classroom. But as we go throughout the quarter and the years here at East College Prep, we're going to be thinking about each space a little bit more flexibly. But for now, let's find out who's going to be in each space. So starting all the way to the left, we're going to have 12th grade with Calderon, 10th grade with Garcia. Then we're going to have Dykes right here in this room. And then we're going to walk toward the 4th room, where we'll have Woodruff. And we are going to have our 11th graders end here. Okay. Now, as I continue to walk over into this space, follow me, come along. You'll notice that we have a pizza-shaped room, pizza slice kind of shaped room. And this is going to be our staff lounge slash coffee shop slash gather and help one another and make your copies, etc., etc. Anyways, in this room, we will have some seating that's designed to meet the needs of independent workers, collaborative spaces, etc. Also, we will have the copy machines, likely in this little nook here. We've also got restroom there, and we're going to have the fridge and the microwave in this space. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and exit our staff coffee shop. And in here, this is the one huddle room, if you will, that's going to be pretty much completely dedicated to an individual slash department of sports support staff. This room will be dedicated to the counseling team, which is Miss Teresa Frausto herself. And the reason why is because she'll be meeting with students all day long, right, from top to bottom, and she needs a space that's easy to access from the outside without a bunch of students and staff seeing that student. And she also needs a space that is a little bit more private for her to be able to meet with kids. So this was the huddle room that created the most privacy in terms of the space itself, as well as to be able to access it. So that it will have that space. As we come around here, you'll notice we've got a huge open space. So our math team, as well as our art instructor, our art coach, Miss Anne Marie Cercello, are going to be up here. Miss Cercello's space is going to be this open space here. It's a large space. It's going to be a great opportunity to showcase all the work that the kids are doing. People will be able to walk up here and just see the painting, the drawing, the pieces up on the walls, etc. And the main reason we decided that this would be the best space for art is because, as you all know, sync is a necessity for an art room. And this is the only space that has the sync easily accessible in the space for the kids. So again, we have math team here. We're gonna have art here. Great, we'll keep going. As you see, we've got some fancy new water fountains. Can't forget about those. Those are cool too. I'm going to go ahead and head back to this corner. Go ahead and follow me, y'all. And we're going to go down to the second floor of Building B. Now, as we go down, you might have guessed it, if math and art are up here in the STEAM building, that means that the science and counseling team will be on the second floor. Okay? By counseling, I mean college counseling. My apologies. Cool little stairway here. Kids will go down, and we're going to pop out onto the second floor. You'll notice if you turn to your right, you can continue going down, and that'll take us to the garage. I'll go down there in a moment. But first, I'm going to make a left and head into the second floor. Similar style here, right? A lot of opportunity with the spacing. Okay. You'll see the rooms here. And so I'll review the spaces now. This corner right here, this big space, is a great opportunity to showcase kids' college acceptances, the college going attitude, and so this right here is going to belong to Miss Bro and Mr. Bedford. Specifically, this is where they'll have their class, so they'll have a nice big space right here. We've got, let me pull up my maps, make sure I'm giving this correctly. All right, okay, now since this is science, this room actually has a lot of existing science hookups. So this is going to be where Rex will primarily live, Mr. Williams for chemistry. Then we've got Tavares in this room. Got environmental science here. And biology with PR here. Okay, so science team as well as the college team will be here on this floor. And in addition, this room will be dedicated for three things: SPED services, Ananda, and IEP meetings. So this room is going to be held off and primarily dedicated for SPED meetings, services for our students with diverse needs, and IEP meetings. All right. If we come over here, you might be wondering where the kids use the restroom. There's restrooms here, multiple stalls on each side. Got some more water. Okay. And now we're going to turn back around. And we're going to head down to the garage area. Make sure you write all this stuff down. And as you walk through the building, think about the great opportunities we have to make some changes to the status quo of what education looks like, specifically for our kids. You know, we're not going to be moving into this building to uphold the status quo of what we've seen done around the country. We're definitely going to be some change makers, and this space is going to push us to do that, so I'm excited. Okay. Is that exit down here? This is our underground garage. So what's going to be happening is in the back of the garage, we'll have some parking spaces back here. But actually, a lot of this front part of the garage is going to be dedicated to our physical education program. If any of you have ever been to a CrossFit gym or a weight room, you know that they've got a really garage-like feel. And so what we're imagining happens down here is we're going to make this environment extremely CrossFit, athletic-like. Paintings on the walls, the flooring on the ground. And so that way Hess always has a space to work out with the kids, regardless of the rain or what else is going on. So this will be an option for him in physical education program if going to the park isn't in the books for the day. Okay. This is going to be made into something really cool. Hyped about that as a former athlete myself. Notice I say former. I'm a has-been. Right, definitely a has-been. Okay. We'll come back up here. Let's head on up the stairs. We're going to B2 now, so just follow me. We're going to head over to building A. Let's do this. Thanks for following me so far. Building A, here we come. I'm going to talk louder because those machines are loud. And we're going to walk through this door here on the left to get to building A. This will be a connecting avenue between the two buildings. There will be more. Unfortunately, I can't show you all those today due to construction. So this will be one way kids can enter. We're now in building A. So if you're not with me, get with me. You know the first thing here is the elevator. Ensure accessibility for everybody. All right. Building A. Let's do this. Let me pull up my map to make sure I get this all right for y'all. Cool. All right. So this building is going to be dedicated to language, right? ELA, reading. This is our Lit Click crew here. Okay. This first this first space is going to be where we have our Mandarin course. So Miss Choi will be here. All right. We'll keep on going. There's going to be some glass right here that prevents sound from traveling up or down, so we won't have to worry about that. This hallway, we're going to have English 11 with Miss Martin in this space. Got a lot of open space here to work with. This might even be a possibility. We might be able to design like a library or something here, right? Should be cool. As we continue on, we're going to have English 10 in this space with Ms. Mendiola. And here, we're going to have English 9 with Mr. Garcia. And we're also going to have, on the other side of this partition, is going to be English 12 with Mr. Bredden.
Hi.
How's it going? So Bredden will be here. Cool thing for the 12th graders, they'll have the garage, so if Bredden wants to open that up or kind of do something a little creative there. Also, this partition will open up and you can create a huge space that'll probably be able to fit all, if not most of the kids up here. So if the English team ever wants to do something collective, it'll probably happen in this big creative space. Okay? So now what we'll do is we'll go down to A1, which is the first floor. But before we do, I want to show you this huddle space, which can be, this is going to be a room available for support staff to share, whether it's myself, whether it's Miss Cervantes who's signing up families, whether it's Miss S or the dean, Miss S, who might have to have conversation with the student. So this space will be here for us to use. As we go, we have the bathrooms, gender non-binary, okay, and then you'll notice that this space right here is going to be where the student food will be kept. Okay. All right, go ahead and continue to head down with me. We're going to go down to A1. Sorry about the alarm, y'all. Go down the stairs. This closet right here is going to be dedicated to our maintenance team. Okay, this will actually not be like ours to put stuff into, especially this back engineering. We cannot put anything in there. We will have some items under the stairway here, but that will be mostly for the ops team to house stuff. Right here is where families, our parents will come through in order to be greeted by our school and our office administration team. Ms. Cervantes, Ms. Torres, Ms. Almanza will be in here welcoming our families. Ooh. And then we have A1, which will be dedicated to the reading team. Okay, we've got quite a bit of spaces here. This space right here will be dedicated to Miss Herring. Miss Herring has some of the largest classes, so this space made the most sense. Miss Pandia, there's going to be this wall right here that we're looking at is going to come out a little bit further to there, and there will be glass right there. So Miss Pandia will have a separate space in which kids can also kind of flood out, and so she'll be able to use some of this center space as well. But this will be the U.S. history room. Then in the back, we got Mr. Dozier putting things down here. This main area will be classroom space for psychology, for freshman seminar, and then we'll also have this back area mostly dedicated for athletic gear, right? That's a big space that Mr. Dozier, if you've seen his classroom, you know that we need the space for that. Let's continue on. This is going to be another huddle area. So again, if you're a support staff team member who at any point in the day needs to use a huddle room, we're going to need to come up with a system for figuring out who's using it and when, but this will be available. And then over here, we're going to have Arizmendi and Flores. This is going to be, if you're looking right here, this is going to be glass that you can actually like retract, almost like an accordion. And so you can open this or close it. The glass will be permanent from about like right here to here, but this piece of the glass can be open. And so Flores will be on this side, putting it down with 10th grade world history, and Arizmendi will be here, putting it down with government economics for our 12th grader. Okay? And so again, you can see that there's a lot of creativity that can happen here. We have a lot of community space in the center as well for our reading team to think about how to use and leverage to serve our kiddos, all right? All right, y'all. Well, oh, my apologies. And here is another student bathroom. I'm actually not going to push that open right now. These are gendered bathrooms, if you push through. And inside of here is another staff bathroom. So you'll notice we have one in here, and we do have one in the teacher's lounge / coffee shop as well. Okay? All right, Spartan fam, we'll go ahead and wrap up this part of your self-guided tour and then get ready to head to your next space. Much love, y'all. Peace.